Hi, I'm Peter Knight. I want to talk this morning about right arm, specifically right elbow. A lot of players, when they're swinging the club, are really intent on folding the elbow, keeping the elbow against their side, and they finish up cramping their swing. And rather than sort of gaining power and control, they actually do the opposite. They lose it. So when I set myself up at address, my right elbow has a very slight bend in it, which you can see probably a little bit better from here. And also my right elbow is sort of pointed toward my right hip joint. Now there's a difference between my right elbow being pointed to my right hip and being tucked into it. I definitely don't want it to be tucked in. It's got to be pointed somewhere. It just happens to be pointed toward my right hip. As the club goes back to the top of the swing, my right elbow is going to gradually fold. So as I turn back to the top of the swing, my right elbow is folding. When I get to the top of the swing, my right elbow will have folded to about 90 degrees. I definitely don't want it closing up more than that. So that's the first thing. So many players I see really bending the elbow a lot when they go back to the top of the swing. Feels like you can make a long, powerful swing, but it will actually cause you to lose control. It can also contribute to the shaft of the club starting to wave around unnecessarily. When I swing the club back to the ball, my right arm is going to straighten, so that by the time I go from the top of the swing down to impact, my right elbow is straighter than it was at the top of the swing, but it's not straight. So it's moved from about 90-degree bend down to, maybe 30-degree bend. So that movement there, that range of movement is what I'm going to do with my right arm in the downswing. It's not a lot, so I don't have to close it up and try and fire it. Most right-handed golfers are naturally right-handed people, and so the right side is the strong side, and it feels like I want to use my strength, so I'm going to bend my arm and bend my wrist and then fire them at the ball. It costs you power, costs you control. Feels strong, just takes more energy. As the club's swinging down and comes back toward the ball, the elbow is gradually straightening, and when I get to, say, around about this point here, so now I'm about 2 to 3 feet, maybe a metre past the ball, that's the point where my right arm becomes straight. So it's gradually straightening in the downswing until it gets to this point. The reason it's straightening, partly to provide power and also because it's just moving away from my right shoulder. The further from my right shoulder it is, the straighter it is. After that, it'll fold again. So have a look and monitor the amount of fold that you're getting in your right elbow. I don't often see players who don't bend their right elbow enough. Those that do are mainly very young players, juniors. But a lot of people fold it too much. So check that. If you reduce your elbow bend, you'll probably gain control.